Okay, today I'm making the cherry Chelsea buns. I've already made my dough, it's risen once, and then I've already made my cherry paste. So blob it on all over, and then you're just gonna spread it as evenly as possible. You can go to the edge. Okay, I've actually decided to put some almonds in as well. So I toasted almonds yesterday. Anytime you're using nuts that aren't actually going to be exposed to the heat, it's always better to toast them first in the oven. It brings out a great flavor in them. Okay, so I've spread my cherry filling as sort of as even as possible. Okay, now I'm going to spread some almonds. Cherries and almonds are kind of a natural pair. I was going to do pecans. Again, my mom really likes pecans, but almonds are actually a better match. So I use just sliced almonds, and then I just kind of broke them by hand to get them to be a little bit finer. Okay, so now what we're going to do is roll our dough with our filling. Kind of start from the bottom. You're just going to kind of pinch because you want to kind of enclose it. Okay, and then start a gentle roll. Okay, it's also important to get rid of any excess flour that you've put on earlier. The excess flour will sort of deter from your rise. And again, you don't need any excess flour on your dough. Okay, always start from the long end as well when you're rolling. Okay, so I now have my dough completely rolled. What I'm going to do now is start to cut it. Normally, I use a bench scraper to cut them. Knives are not great. To be honest with you, the best way, I know it sounds weird, but the best way to cut them is actually with dental floss. Okay, so I've got dental floss here. You slide it underneath, you twist it, and then pull it. Okay, slide it underneath, twist, and pull it. Okay, so then I've got my pan already greased, and I'm gonna put them in, give some distance to each one, because they're gonna rise, obviously. Okay, you get a really nice cut when you use the dental floss. Okay, so that's how far I'm putting them apart. The recipe says it makes about 12, so just gauge, eyeball it, your 12 buns. Now, in the recipe book, she calls for putting them out separately on a sheet pan. I always put them in one pan because what happens is when they start to rise, you actually want them to be sort of side by side because it forces them to rise up, okay, instead of out. And that's it. We're going to let it rise for about an hour, and then I'm going to pop them in the oven.